What's going on, everybody? Good morning, happy Thursday. Today we have a Freightliner M2. This is an LA County bus, so it works with the Sheriff's Department and whatnot. And just did a service on it. One of the things that they require, believe it or not, they do require them to be certified, clean air certified, smog certified. They got to pass the same standards as other units, right? So kind of the regular stuff that you guys see out and about in the streets. So because this is an older unit, it's a 2007, it still has a DPF and a DOC. I'll show you that right now in a second. It still has to get smogged. Now the smog works a little different than what you guys are thinking, at least the newer stuff. It does do an opacity test, so they got to stick something down in the tailpipe, down over there. I'll show you that over there in a minute. And it's got to pass. So they do a couple tests, and this truck did not pass. I'm going to kind of go through it really quick, explain why, and then hopefully you guys get a little understanding of it. So again, I'm going to show you the sheet. Had this thing done over at Diesel Exhaust and Emissions in Santa Fe Springs. So I took the truck over. They do a couple of throttle snaps. They take some measurements, and they do an average, right? So I guess there's a limit within these. If you can see here, 5% is the limit. There's a little bit of a threshold. This thing is averaging on the 3 tests they did at about 9%. So does not qualify, does not meet, will not pass. That being said, I'm going to show you guys this really quick. Down underneath, usually on the passenger side. There we go. Not the best. I'll get a fucking camera. I mean, I'll get a light right now in a second, but I want to show you guys the tailpipe. If you guys are going to go through smog, and if you're looking at something like this, let's see if you can see. Fingertips are not terribly dirty, but if you look at the tailpipe, and the tailpipe is black and ashy, see that? That means the DPF is probably no longer doing its job. DPF will have to get replaced, or you can try doing a little bit of a Hail Mary, get that thing cleaned out, retested, and if it passes, fantastic. If it does not pass, at that point, you're gonna have to replace the DPF at the very least. Replacing a DPF, it is expensive. It's not cheap. The unit itself, I think the DPF on these cost about $3,500 to $4,500, plus the additional gaskets and labor and all the other crap that goes with it. Then you got to retest and go from there. So, just want to give you guys a quick little breakdown. I'm going to pull the filter down, the DOC and the DPF. I'm going to pull them down as one unit. We're going to give it a visual inspection, send them out. They're gonna go ahead and do like a flow test, bake, clean, whatever they do. It may still fall within the criteria, right? There's a little scale, and as long as it meets that criteria, technically it's passing. However, it may not work anymore because it's not doing its job as far as trapping the soot. So if you see my fingertips, yeah, you don't want any of that. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get this side up. We're gonna get ready to go ahead and remove the filter as an assembly, as one unit. We'll take it apart and we'll go from there. Alrighty guys, here we go. Here's a little view underneath of a Freightliner M2 with the after treatment. So you're gonna have your DOC up in the front. That's gonna come closest here. You're gonna have your DPF right in the center, and this is just an empty housing that goes towards the rear, right? So you're also gonna have your pressure. There's a pressure sensor, a DPF pressure sensor right up there where my hand is. Make sure you just take note of the way this is plumbed or piped or however you wanna do it. This is your inlet, outlet. Okay, you're gonna have some sensors. You're gonna have a sensor here, the tailpipe. That's gonna be usually referred to as the DPF outlet, temp sensor. You're gonna have a DOC outlet, which is gonna be that little bad boy right there. And then you're gonna have a DOC inlet, which is gonna be right there. Once you disconnect that, this thing is pretty much ready to remove. One second. Okay, I do like this setup. It's a lot easier to work with than the other traditional garbage. So you're gonna have your clamp here, right? It's gonna be your inlet clamp. You're gonna have your outlet clamp. Once you break those out or remove them, you may have to loosen the clamp back over there just to kind of give you a little bit of leeway, a little bit of play. Then you're gonna have your 2 main clamps or your saddles or your straps or whatever the hell you want to call them. It's gonna be a 3/4 or a 19. You're gonna have one up here on the left or the front, and then one back here, here we go, at the rear. So that being said, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna go ahead and loosen up the outlet, the 4 or 5 inch outlet. You're gonna do the same thing here. Get a 4 jack or a transmission jack or whatever you got. You're gonna put it right around here where my belly is. It's gonna drop the whole thing, and then you're pretty much ready to rock and roll from there. Very simple, very straightforward. It should not take that long. You might need to get a little clearance, so if you can do something like that, where you kind of get up underneath the wheel to give you that little, you know, foot or so of clearance, and then you're ready to go from there. So let's go. All right, guys, just like that, although I didn't show you guys how it was to remove it, but again, very, very simple, very, very easy. This is the outlet side. Since we have ash and soot present, chances are the DPF is no longer doing its job. Again, keep in mind, the DPF is a trap. Okay, so we're gonna take this thing apart. We're gonna go ahead and remove the sensors, and I'm gonna take it over to the DPF shop that I work with, and they're gonna go ahead and check it out and let me know what they think, whether it's still good. If not, DPF might be end of life for this thing. And it's only got 217,000 miles, so not very high miles, or high mileage, as they say. And anyway, let me take it apart. I'll show you guys the inside right now in a sec. GoPro, turn off. Alrighty guys, here's a quick little look at this is the DOC on the outlet side. I don't know if you can really see it, man. I wish I could get a better angle, but yeah, there you go. I mean, this normal, you're gonna have ash on there, right? And then you're gonna have your DPF here. This is gonna be the face of the DPF. That's gonna have ash and soot. Let's take these gaskets off. There's the outlet I was telling you. This is just empty. This should be clean. The fact that we've got a bunch of soot getting through means more than likely this thing's no good. This thing is end of life. It's junk. It's gonna have to get replaced. But customer wants us to go ahead and bake it and see if that works. If we're fortunate and we're lucky just to kind of get by and get through that opacity test, this should work. If it doesn't, then unfortunately we know what the outcome is, and we're gonna have to replace a $4,000 filter, or $3,500, $4,000, whatever. DLC, those are typically good, but we're gonna bake them both at the same time. This way everything gets baked out nicely. Here is the outlet side, and you can see that for yourself. Look at that. That's the outlet side. This should be pretty clean, but the fact that looks like soot's getting through, I'm thinking this is gonna definitely be end of life for this one. But we're gonna give it a shot because that's what the customer wants us to do. So I'll keep you guys posted. Once I get this thing back, I'll finish up the video, or maybe even show you guys the results once we do the opacity. So this might be a little bit of a lengthy video, but again, just to kind of show you guys that yes, even the county vehicles have to go through this clean air. So what's going on, everybody? We are back. Filters are clean. We have our DPF back. We have our DOC back, okay? They were able to clean everything out. That one was able to weigh out at about 148 grams of soot, which they say is pretty average. Can I give you a quick little show here? The fuck is this thing? There we go. All right. So here's our DPF. If you can see that there is the flow indicator, which tell you which direction it's going to go ahead and get installed. So this is towards the outlet side. Let me kind of show you, and hopefully you guys can look at the video. Look at the difference. Everything's nice and clean. They were able to flow test it. It did fall within spec. So we're gonna go ahead and take a shot, and hopefully this will be good enough to go ahead and reuse and pass the opacity test that's required for the clean air. Okay, here is the DPF, the face of it, I guess, or you would call it the inlet. Here is our filter here for the DOC. So the same thing, you're gonna see a little flow indicator. You can just typically line those up. This is for your pressure sensor. This is for your temp sensor. Everything appears to be good. This is definitely not as hot. When I got there, this thing was piping hot. It's still hot to the touch. So I gotta go get some gaskets. Unfortunately, I did not bring them with me. So just wanna give you a quick little tour, a little show of what's what, okay? And I'll be back with the gaskets. We're gonna put this thing together, get this thing installed, and hopefully right now it is 1 o'clock. I think they close at 4 o'clock. So I might have enough time to make it down there today. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we'll be back. I'll show you guys what's up. Alrighty folks, so we got the DPF, DLC, everything put back on here, and we took it to go have the opacity test done. And here are the results. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is our latest and greatest. So what it does is it does a little preliminary test, another test, and then it gives you the average. And there we are, 6.24, and the max, apparently based on this test, is 5%. So it is considered a fail, so this thing is out of spec. And now I gotta let the customer know that we have to replace the DPF, retest all over again, and go from there. I don't know if they're gonna authorize it. That depends on the county or whatever their situation is. So there you go, guys. Quick little video. Yes, in fact, they do have to do clean air test, and they gotta play by the rules, at least for these units. So anyway, if you liked the video and hopefully helped you guys out, there you go, guys. Like, subscribe. Appreciate you guys watching.